Hello and welcome to our channel. This is Ibda Movement channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Today we'll be speaking or talking about climate change challenges or problems faced in the Horn of Africa. This is me, Delina, and I have my partner, Ibrahim. So, Ibrahim, I hope you're good today.
Yep.
Let me ask you some questions. What are the major factors that countries in the Horn of Africa face because of climate change?
So, Delina, challenges faced by countries in the whole are very, very much multiple. First and foremost, this region is not a major contributor of climate problems to the global stage, but still we have some major problems that this country suffers from. Among those problems or issues is a drought. Obviously, drought is expected, right? Drought is a common problem
Yes,
in the Horn of African countries, with prolonged dry spells leading to crop failures, livestock death, and food shortages. Drought in this region has been more frequent and severe in the recent years, from 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, up to this year we are in, leading to human crisis. So what's striking is, according to UN OCHA, Ethiopia experienced severe drought from 2015 to 2016 with an estimated of 10.2, imagine, 10.2 million people in need of emergency or food assistance. Somalia is
that's
also
a
the
lot of
same.
number.
Surely. Yeah. Somalia also declared a state of emergency in the year 2019 due to prolonged drought conditions, with an estimated of 6.2 million people in need of assistance. That's according to UN OCHA too. According to UN OCHA, Eritrea experienced severe drought in the year 2019 with an estimated of 1.7 million people affected by the drought, which has really stricken the entire region of the Horn.
That's really a
It's
lot,
really tough.
actually.
It's really tough, yeah.
Yes, indeed. What else could it be?
Yeah, we also have got, floods. Whensoever it rains, it's followed by floods. I don't know if you have noted. The region also
Yes,
experiences,
indeed.
periodic floods, which usually causes significant damage to infrastructures, homes, and livelihood. Floods can lead to displacement. It also usually leads to loss of property and increase in waterborne diseases. In Somalia, for example, in the year 2019, 547,000, people were affected by the droughts, causing displacement and damage of infrastructures. So that's according to UN OCHA. In Ethiopia, floods in the year 2020 affected more than 200,000 people, causing displacement and damages to infrastructures. Also, Delina, another major problem that we usually face is desertification.
Desertification.
Indeed.
Okay, what is it about?
So everybody can ask himself, what's desertification? This is the process by which a fertile land becomes desert. It's a significant also problem. It's a significant climate problem forced by or faced by the Horn of African countries. The loss of vegetation and topsoil due to overgrazing, deforestation, climate change can lead to degradation of land and reduced agricultural productivity. In Eritrea, for example, has experienced significant land degradation due to overgrazing, deforestation, and soil erosion, with an estimated of 30% of its landmass affected. That's Eritrea. That's according to World Bank. Ethiopia was also affected with an estimated of 28.7 million hectares of its forest affected between the year 1990 to 2020. That's 30 years time, contributing to land degradation. That's according to Global Forest Watch. So you
28.7 million hectares.
28.7 hectares of the landmass of Ethiopia was affected. That's according to Global Forest Watch.
That's a big number.
That's huge. That's huge number, really. Yes.
That's very huge number. Yes.
See, Delina, that's the kind of
the
kind of situation we are talking about. You know, climate change is real. It's not hoax. Something which is there. It also needs our immediate attention.
Indeed. Something must be done to save this or to prevent this kind of challenges that we are facing on our planet. So Ibrahim, I heard that one of the challenges that is faced in the Horn of Africa could be food security. What do you think about food security? What kind of knowledge do you have about food security?
Yeah, food security is a major climate problem faced by the Horn of African countries and communities. You see, climate change, increases food insecurity in the region as drought, floods, and desertification affect crop yields and livestock production. This in turn leads, to increased food prices in the market and reduced access to food by or for vulnerable population. In Somalia, for example, Delina, 2.7 million people were estimated to be food insecure in the year 2021 due to combination of drought, floods, and conflicts. That's according to FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. In Ethiopia, 8.4 million of people were estimated to be in need of emergency or food assistance within the same year of 2021 due to conflict, locust invasions, and other factors. That's according to UN OCHA. Also, Delina, not only that, the region also, experiences water scarcity. The Horn of Africa experiences. Yeah, this one I think is a common knowledge even.
Very common. Yes,
it's very common everywhere. The region also experiences water scarcity with climate change. Causing reduced rainfall and dry up of rivers and lakes. This leads to lack of clean water for drinks and irrigation. Increasing food insecurity and poverty. In Somalia, for example, an estimated of 5.9 million people lack access to safe water due to drought, conflict, and other factors. That's according to UNICEF. In Eritrea, only 19% of the population have access to improved drinking water. That's according to World Bank. So, Delina, the most striking is this data and statistics, highlights the significant challenges posed by climate change in the Horn of African countries and the urgent need for action to address the issue and build resilience among vulnerable communities that live in the region, especially the youth.
Indeed, Ibrahim. So also to add to all what you have been said, there are several human activities that contributed to climate change problems in the Horn of Africa, including countries like Somalia, Ethiopia, and Eritrea. So we have the most significant challenging like deforestation and land usage change, overgrazing, fossil fuel uses, industrial activities, landfill and water disposal. This could be like a very, very major fault in challenging or the climate action. I mean, in the climate activities that's happening in the Horn of Africa. Exactly. So we also have other human activities that is contributed to climate change problems in the Horn of Africa. We all know that people like humans have a major hand or a major factor in raising this climate change. So it could be like agricultural practices urbanization, water management, land tenures. So for instance, as we know that agricultural practices is a major source of livelihood for many people in the Horn of Africa, but unsustainable practices such as monoculture, excessive use of fertilizer and pesticides, and poor land management can contribute to climate change. These practices can lead to a soil degradation, reduced soil fertility, increased greenhouse gas emissions through the use of fossil fuel-based inputs, and the release of nitrogen oxide from the fertilizers. You see, Ibrahim, agriculture accounts for around 85% of employment in Ethiopia and more than 70% in Somalia. This is
Exactly.
quoted by World Bank.
Mhm.
And also, according to FAO, it says that Ethiopia in the use of chemical fertilizers increased from 2,000 metric tons from 2001, which is 1.2 million metric tons, which will be one of the major, never seen such kind of number.
Yeah,
And
so huge.
also, yes, it's really gigantic. And
Yeah.
also according to UNPD, it says that in Somalia, the accessibility of agricultural practices such as overgrazing and deforestation have contributed to soil erosion and land degradations. So I don't know. This
Yeah,
is something we shouldn't
it's really
take it easy,
striking at the
you
heart.
know?
Yes, it needs
Something
something
must be
must be
done.
done. Yep, exactly. And you
Exactly.
can do something if you join IBDA. That's why we are here.
Mm-hmm.
So, to add to what you said, Delina, other human activities that contribute to climate change problems in the Horn of Africa could also include urbanization. There's an increase urban settlement, in the Horn. That's right from Eritrea, Somalia, Ethiopia, everywhere. There's also water management, another problem. We also have the land tenure, which is also
Lantern.
which is also another problem which we usually experience. So
Exactly.
something must be done, to counter the threat of climate change in the Horn of African countries. And this should be a joint effort, especially by the youth, Delina. Like, if the youth are seated and they are the future generations of those regions who will be inheriting the current generation, they will have, a tough time. And the problem is something which is there. It's never a hoax. It's something which is evident. So I
Exactly.
think overall, addressing the human activity that contribute to climate change in the Horn of Africa will require a holistic approach that takes into account the complex interplay between the
Mm-hmm.
social, economy,
Mm-hmm.
and the environmental
Environmental.
factor. You see,
Exactly.
this will require collaboration between
Mm-hmm.
governments,
Mm-hmm.
civil societies, climate activists, movements, community, and the youth group, as well as support, from international communities and partners.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, Ibrahim. And the IBDA movement is here to do that. Like,
Mm.
especially, we are more focused on the youth because we know that youth has energy, time, and we believe that since they are the next generation, so addressing this and raising awareness about what's happening to our one and only planet, to this beautiful land, and to the nature lovers. So IBDA will be here talking about it. I wish the government, also the NGOs, will participate and help us. And so yeah, we are here to do that. So thank you so much for following, and stay tuned to our next video. And yeah, let's join
Thank
hand to
you.
save and prevent the world. Thank
Thank
you.
you.